Now, here's the thing. As everybody's tuning in across Facebook and everybody's tuning in here on the Zoom, take time, let us know where you're tuning in from in the chats and the comments. And then we gave away probably a week ago 5 books to random people that did watch parties from this live Coach's Corner. So today, if you share this Coach's Corner on your Facebook, we're going to go around and randomly pick 5 people to send you a gift to. Okay, we're going to send a gift to you, 5 people. So all you have to do is share this live video. Okay, share this Coach's Corner. Get the word out what we got going on. We want to invite more people because the last 2 days I have missed this Coach's Corner. I went back. First of all, Coach Myra Miles and Andrea Rosser did an amazing 2 days, but I missed you guys so much, man. I missed the positivity. I missed starting my morning this way. And so I'm grateful to be back. I'm grateful to share a Friday with you as we go into the weekend. So the word for today is pivot. Pivot. To be in the winning or the contest of 5 books coming your way or 1 book coming your way. I'm going to give away 5 people. All you got to do is share the live video on Facebook, okay? Get the word out. So here's the thing, pivot. I picked the word because I'm sitting in our corporate office today in Salt Lake City, Utah. And a week ago, I had a whole different schedule to my business, an entire different schedule. Like I was supposed to be in other parts of the world. And then we had to pivot. And so I want to end the day this week with pivot because, and I want to talk to you a little bit about it. A pivot means really, well, turning on as if on a pivot. So think about it. You're going in one direction and then you plant your right foot and you go in another direction. Okay. But think about this in business. Okay. Because I believe we all are in business of a product or a service, you know? A pivot means fundamentally changing the direction of a business when you realize the current direction of products or services, maybe they're not meeting the needs of the marketplace. The way you pivot in your business can make all the difference. It can make all the difference. And so when I started looking at the word pivot, I came across a couple of things. I think it's so important. Eric Ries says a pivot is a change in strategy without a change in vision. A change in strategy without a change in vision. It's okay to pivot. It's okay to be going right and then take your right foot, stomp it down, and then go left. Okay? Jeff Gowen says pivoting isn't plan B, it's part of the process. Every successful human, whether it's in their health, their relationship, their business, they have to pivot. It's not a plan B, it's just a part of the process. And then lastly, J.P. Kellogg says, don't quit, pivot. See, we've perfected quitting in the world when we realize we've got to pivot. And so he says, don't quit, just pivot. And so what I put down this morning is the power of being able to pivot, adapt to change is really survival in the process to victory. Think about that. And I'm going to give you an example, COVID. The pandemic in our business, in my business, okay? We had leading up to that a lot of in-home meetings, okay? And you don't have to be in this industry, in my industry, to be watching this and make it make sense in your world. But we had a lot of in-home meetings. Word of mouth is the way we do our business. Belly button to belly button, like actually that relationship, that bond. But you know what? we had to make a huge pivot. We had to make a pivot and go to Zooms. We had to make a pivot and make Zooms a part of our world more so than they ever have been in the past. And we had to create ways to where we could create interaction on Zooms, smile at each other, get you to turn on your camera, get you to learn how to even log on to a Zoom, get you to do your own Zoom. It was a huge pivot. But here's the thing. The people that learned to pivot created success, and the people that were stubborn to pivoting stayed in the past. And I challenge you, and I go back to my coaching background when I was a coach, and hopefully Coach is going to touch on this because she's pivoted her whole career. But when I was a coach, I had to learn to pivot because I would go into the day with a game plan, with a regimen of what I wanted selfishly. And then I would have a kid come in that might have got off the school bus or might have got off the bus, and his mom and dad might have been into it the night before. Maybe his girlfriend broke up with him. Maybe he was just going through an issue in his life and he needed me to pull him in my office and pivot on my day and spend time with him. Pivots are going to come. They're opportunities to change direction, and those directions you change will lead to success in your life, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your personal relationships, whether it's in your health. Be open and agreeable for ways to pivot when the opportunity comes. Coach, I'll turn it to you.
Wow, Brent, that was really good. Thank you. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and preface everything I'm going to say today. By the way, I end my message, I'm going to actually get up and do a little demonstration. So I hope there's enough room on the screen for y'all to see something, just to bring it all home for you. Okay, you know, and again, there may be people on here that are not in our business, but all of us that are in the business together, we have heard the phrase disruptive by design. Okay, but today, let me throw another phrase at you. How about disruptive change? Pivot your life. Okay, think about that. And Coach hit on it. When COVID hit, it changed everything. But again, we have a choice. Look at it in this perspective. It also provided us all an opportunity to do what? To grow. And again, that was our choice. You know, let me ask you just some disruptive questions. Just think about this as I'm talking to, and they're simple questions, but they're pretty deep too, if you really think about it. Let me ask you, in your life right now, we're still right in the middle of this COVID thing, but we are all marching on. What's possible? Think about that. What is possible? Change, we know, is painful. It's hard, but you know what? We'll never change until the pain of change is less than the pain of staying the same. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. We must now use disruptive thinking and pivot and ask ourselves, what's possible? What's possible that wasn't possible before? You know what? By asking that simple question, it seems like a hard question, but when we simply ask that question, guess what it does? I know with me, it opens up a complete positive wave in my mind that draws me forward. It draws me to something. So another question to you. What do I still have? What do you still have? Even though we're right in the middle of all this COVID, what do you still have? Okay, make it a habit every single day to check in with yourself and see what you have. Man, I can go on and on. Life, health, family, friends, this community. I mean, we all can. It's important when these things are going on that we pivot when things are bad to focus upon what we do have. in the midst of turmoil, pivot and make that list of what we do have in our life. I really think that's critical. That spoke to me, and I've got to do a better job of that myself personally. What this does, I've already listed that my things I'm thankful for this morning, but what this did for me right now in stressful times, whatever times, it gave me the necessary anchor that I needed while things are changing. I mean, think about this, guys. This is a scientifically proven fact that when we focus upon gratitude, it literally has the ability to help rewire our brains. Y'all, that's amazing. And that's scientifically proven. So, third question, who do you want to become? Simple. Where you're at right now. I'm 59, I'm going to be 60 in July. Man, I can't wait. But if you're 25, if you're 65, if you're 75, if you're 85, you are still at a point in your life that you need to decide right now, who do you want to become? I know who I am right now, but who do I want to become? Who do you want to become? We may lose things in tough times, but again, we must pivot. And if we pivot the proper way, there's going to be a gap that's going to open up. And that's going to be our segue to get out of whatever negativity we're thinking when we pivot. Here's the thing, be a blessing in your community, to your family. What we focus upon, we keep control of. So what do you want to become? Make sure you focus on the good. Make sure you're pivoting. Now I'm fixing to show you a little demonstration here, okay? And kind of make it real for you. If you're sports-minded, you'll get it. If you're not sports-minded, just hang in there with me, okay? One thing as a basketball coach that used to drive me crazy is teaching a child to pivot. But more importantly, why they had to pivot when the defense was on them. Why it was so important to establish their feet so they had an option to pivot. Okay? I'm going to show you. All right. Here's a skull can that Coach Pruitt left out, so I'm going to use it. This is my basketball right here, okay? So I've got a defender swarming me over here. It's coming right at me. But what I choose to do is I'm going to pivot away from that defense over here because it's created a gap that I can throw the ball to now to enhance my ability as a teammate to be successful. Does that make sense? You pivot when the pressure comes away from the pressure. Look for the gap that you've created by that decision to see a teammate to go forward. So I don't know if that made any sense to me, but in tough times, y'all, you pivot. You're good in the gap. So go get it. All right, let's all pivot. Let's have a great day today whenever trouble comes our way. Love y'all. See you Monday.
Coach, this is perfect. But hey, before we unmute, I just want to end with this because I want to give a shout out again. Yeah, the last 2 days, you and Andrea Rosser nailed it. I love going back and watching videos. Share this today. Share it on your Facebook. We're going to pick 5 people to send books to, our favorite books. But then I want to leave you with this, just with Coach, with what you said. Defense is coming. You chose to move, pivot. It opened up opportunities and a gap to be a greater teammate, to excel. And here's the thing. So many times, me and Coach Myra Miles talk about this in her career, my career. We've come across things in our past where people are stubborn, and I've been stubborn before, to pivoting and going, well, this is the way I've always done it. This is the way I learned it. This is the way it's always been. Work to leave that frame of mind and go, I'm going to look into this and see if now is the time to make that pivot so that I can excel in a different direction. Guys, have an amazing Friday. Thank you so much. Myra, thanks for your words of wisdom this morning. Have a great weekend, guys. We love you. We're grateful for you. See you back on Monday.
See
Big
y'all.
waves out there.
I think I saw Husto on there today.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Husto's on.
Yeah. So great to have